Title: Stop Being Ridiculous. There won't be a divorce. It's Mother's Day. The message flashed across my phone like a dagger. I need this night to prove I'm still desirable to other men. It won't harm our marriage. She wrote it as casually as one might say, pass the salt. 20 years of marriage, 2 kids, a lifetime of shared mornings and muted arguments boiled down to those words. I stared at the screen long after the notification faded, trying to convince myself I'd misread it, but I hadn't. I remember the first time I realized she was slipping away. Not entirely, but in little fractures, quiet moments I dismissed as fatigue or stress. She laughed at a joke a little too long on her phone, brushed past me with a whisper of perfume that wasn't mine. I ignored it. I wanted to believe in us. I needed to. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind, usually so disciplined, ran wild. Images of her laughing with someone else, sharing a drink, leaning too close. I kept hearing her words in my head. It won't harm our marriage. I had to know. Not because I wanted to catch her, but because I had to protect myself. The first clue was subtle. A shadow in the hallway at 2 a.m., the faint scent of unfamiliar cologne, a light flashing on her phone in the dark. I didn't confront her. I observed. I collected. Names, locations, times. Every inconsistency, every tiny lie filed away in my mind like bullets in a chamber. I wasn't blind. I was calculating. I found the first irrefutable proof tucked in an email she left open. Dinner reservations, a hotel, a name I didn't know. Her handwriting, that delicate script I once adored, had betrayed me. I closed the laptop slowly, savoring the surge of cold clarity. This wasn't about anger anymore. It was about precision. For weeks, I planned. I watched from shadows, traced payments, mapped patterns. I learned everything she thought she hid. I didn't need rage. I had strategy. I set up contingencies, financial, social, emotional. Every angle she could exploit, I controlled first. She thought she had freedom. I gave her illusion. The night of her date arrived. I watched her put on that dress she used to wear when we were newly in love, the one that made my heart catch. She paused before the mirror, smiled at her reflection as if she could fool me. She couldn't. I had orchestrated everything. I called him, not angrily, not with accusation. I called calmly, deliberately. I let him hear my voice, even recognize my control. By the time she arrived at the restaurant, I had delivered silent, untraceable warnings, hints that someone was watching, details that unnerved him before she even walked in. I followed discreetly, letting the city's night embrace my patience. Cameras, distance, patience. Every moment recorded, every slip documented. She thought she was in command. She wasn't. The payoff came subtly. A misplaced glass, a phone that buzzed with a prearranged message, a waiter who, coincidentally, knew too much. Their evening became a trap woven with invisible threads. I didn't yell. I didn't storm in. I let the truth unfold like a slow-motion car crash. When she finally called, panicked, I answered. Calm, measured. I didn't accuse. I presented facts. Dates, messages, confirmations. Each revelation stripped her of control. Each proof delivered in clinical precision. I watched her pride fracture silently over the phone. She was scrambling, but too late. I had anticipated every reaction, every excuse. The next morning, the confrontation in our home was quieter than she expected. She expected screams, tears, begging. I gave her none. I handed her evidence, a silent dossier. Her face went pale as she realized the extent of my foresight. Her hands shook. My pulse remained steady. Power had shifted. She had always underestimated me. She tried to bargain, her voice trembling. I didn't engage in pleading. I outlined boundaries, consequences, and truths she could no longer ignore. I wasn't cruel. I was deliberate. I was justice incarnate in the calmest form. She had chosen her path. I simply ensured the map led to reckoning. Weeks later, as the dust settled, I walked through our home, untouched by chaos. The betrayal had left scars, yes, but I was intact, stronger, clear-eyed. The knowledge that I had observed, calculated, and acted without losing my composure felt intoxicating. Her once untouchable confidence was now fragile, exposed. I had not destroyed her, I had revealed her. And I, in my quiet fury, was free. I sipped my coffee, the morning sun spilling across the room, and smiled, a small, private smile. I didn't need her apology, I didn't need her love. I only needed truth. And for the first time in years, I had it. I had risen, and she had fallen. No theatrics, no chaos. Just me and the serene satisfaction of knowing justice, slow and perfect, had been delivered. I leaned back in my chair, letting the silence fill the space she had tried to occupy with lies.